I've been sick for the last couple of days, but now I'm better, so let's get to ride. Oh man, let me just tell you guys, I feel a lot better now. That barn's in every video that I make. My voice may sound a little different, so I'm still kind of recuperating, but today I feel the best I felt. It's 80 degrees outside. It's absolutely this is the first time that I've been able to ride just in a t-shirt, so it feels really good, like really good. It's not even hot air that's hitting me. It's actually like a cool breeze. It's hot when you're sitting still, but it's nice and cool when you're moving. That's like the perfect day of riding. It's not cold air, it's just cool, like a air conditioning, like you're in an air conditioned building almost. That's what it feels like. I wanted to do a follow-up really quickly, just a really quick follow-up on the video that was uploaded the other day, the motorcycle, how to ride a motorcycle, because I explained it pretty decently, but I just want to say that it's not something hard to do, so it doesn't take a long time to try to explain to somebody how to do it in a video when I already know how to ride. It's morally going to take you longer to learn it when you're actually on the bike yourself, that if you don't know how to ride, but it's just not hard. There's not a lot to explain to you. It's just what the levers are, what all the buttons do, and where the clutch engages, and how to move it, and all the goodies, things, and all the worlds. I wanted to talk about that and just say, it's not really a lot to talk about, so, I didn't really have a lot to say, so it was just kind of me just doing my thing. I just thought I'd tell you guys how to do it myself. What in the heck are these people doing? But what I wanted to talk about today, the main part of this video, is how to deal with failure. Because I think it's an important thing. I think it's an important thing in life to, I guess, feel and fail at something. Because then you know what it feels like. It sucks, but at the same time, it's kind of good for you yourself to fail at something. And I'm going to tell you guys something here that I've never told anyone except for my mom and dad and my grandma and grandpa, because I'm really, really close with them. And I've never told anybody this because, quite frankly, I don't like to tell people that I failed at something, to be honest. I don't really care at the end of the day, but I also really don't, if they don't ask, I don't feel the need to tell them, if I failed at something. But getting my motorcycle permit, not the driving part, the skills test, I passed that thing the first time. It only took me like 6 minutes to pass that test. But the part that I had a hard time with was the permit test itself. I'm not good with tests. Literally, I don't like taking tests. Who does like taking tests? Nobody likes to take them. I hate tests. I don't like to study for tests. I like to just go in with what I know and try it and see if it works out. And usually, most of the time, that doesn't work. So, that's how that is. But usually I go in, just try to do the test, no matter what test it was. If it was for school or whatever, I didn't study for it. I just went and did it. I know what I know, and I don't need to know anything else. It's kind of how the way I did it. But I failed the motorcycle permit test 3 times. No, 2 times. Sorry, 2 times. The third time was a charm, and I passed it with flying colors. I passed it with a 93%, I think it was, or a 90, I can't remember, when I did pass it the third time. But what I want to talk about is how to take, how to take failure, and also, what you can learn from it. This is what my dad always told me. If you fail a test, if say you're going to get your motorcycle permit test because you don't have a motorcycle license yet, you want to get the permit, you want to go through the steps, and you want to do it, and say you fail it. Or if you're going, this is a better video to watch if you haven't done it already, but if you go again, you fail again, don't worry, just go back and try it again. It's free. It's free to fail. It's free to fail, so you can fail as many times as you want, I believe. Or maybe there is a limit, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's a limit, but this is what my dad always told me. If you go to do a test and you fail, just don't expect to fail before you go in, but know this before you go in. Even if, if you're like me, I'm kind of negative sometimes when I take tests. It's kind of like I'm not going to pass it anyway, so it's kind of how I feel about it. And I try not to be negative about it, but I just kind of am. So, what to do is, what he always told me to do is when you go in and say the stupid question, there's a dumb question, because they try to trick you on any test, but and the question is wrong, okay? Say like there's a stick here and how do you maneuver about it or whatever. If you get it wrong, don't just get frustrated and hit the next button and go on and be all mad because you got it wrong. Sit there, okay? Look at the question and read it to yourself, and just read if you read anything else, here's what I did. Here's how I passed. I just read the question that I got that was right. Here's the one I got. C was what I got wrong, let's say, and D was the correct question. I would read I'd read the question like 6 times, and I'd read the answer to that question like 6 times, and lock it into my brain that's what that question, okay, this question is, if I swerve around this stick, I just keep reading it, and I'd read the correct answer like 4 times. Learn something. What I'm trying to say is learn something from the failed test. If you fail it, at least you looked at it and you learned it, and now you probably know, instead of just getting all mad and being like, oh, I'm not going to get my test today, this is sucks so bad. Just look at that question that you got wrong, any question, because I think it's 11 and you fail on a motorcycle or car test, and just read it a couple times and understand the question. Think about why did I get this wrong? Why did I click that answer? And that looks like a ramp. That's a barn, but it does look like a ramp from here. But if you got it wrong, it doesn't matter. Learn something from it. And if you failed that day, learn something from that test. You know you failed it, so if you learn something and you look at the question that you got wrong, or the questions that you got wrong to fail the test, look at them, put them in your brain what they are, and learn something from the failed test, so the next time that you go, you'll know something. You'll know that question that you got wrong, or you're not going to think that you know it when it comes back up, and you're like, wait a minute, that's that question I sit here and read like 6 times because I got wrong. This is D's the correct answer on this one, and boom, there you go, you got it. And that's what I did, and I'm not really ashamed or like embarrassed to say that I failed the motorcycle permit test twice. Everybody doesn't know something. Everybody doesn't know something, so there's really no sense in trying to hide it and be like, well, I didn't mean that. I mean, I don't tell you if I fail a test. If you're gonna come up to me and be like, hey, how many times did it take? If you said how many times did it take you to pass motorcycle permit test, I would tell you. But if you're not gonna ask me, I'm not gonna tell you. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna go like blur it to the world like, oh, hey, I failed motorcycle test 3 times, or 2 times. I mean, the 3rd time was a charm for me. I sit there the first time and I did what everyone probably did the first time, got mad when you didn't get the answer right, and just skipped through the test. And then my dad told me that, and I was like, all right, well, I'll sit here and I'll read them this time. I read them. I failed the test anyways, again, because I didn't study in the book. I didn't want to study it. Nice stop sign. You know, you're supposed to stop there. But I failed the 2nd time, and I read the questions that I didn't get right, that I didn't get correct. And then the next time I come back, I passed it with flying colors, because when I got to that question that I read 4 or 5 times, I was like, well, it's C or A. You know what I mean? I hope you guys know what I'm trying to mean. I knew it I didn't think I knew it. I was like, it's kind of dumb when you think about it, when you read it and you're listening to me say it. You don't think that it's possible to do it that way, but your mind actually locks it in your brain, or your brain actually like locks it in there, and then when it comes back up again, you'll just get the answer. It'll come in your brain, be like, wasn't that pulling the clutch and turn through the corner or whatever, and you'll be like, oh man, I got it right, that's so cool. And then you'll go to the next one that you found that was missing, you'll be like, well, it's this one, you know. So it's weird. That's how it works. I guarantee you it's how it works. I guarantee you if you did fail it, or if you're going to take it, if you learn something from failure, then that's the most important thing. This is like the weirdest intersection. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is, if you fail, learn something from the experience of the failure, so next time when you do go take the test again, or whatever, maybe you'll have a better chance at knowing what the hell, you know? Like, well, it worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, but it worked for me. So yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and just some kind of helpful advice, I think, on telling you, you know, how to maybe pass a test, the motorcycle skills test, or the car test. Maybe you keep failing the car test. Me personally, I had, the first time I went and take the car permit, I passed it with flying colors. I had no problem taking the car permit test. For some reason, the motorcycle one isn't hard to take, but for some reason I kept failing it, and I just kept doing that, and the third time I was like, well, I know that answer, and I clicked it and I got it. So maybe to help you guys out, maybe it won't, but thank you guys for watching. If you could hit that like button and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. Go check out the links below. If they're not working, let me know, because for some reason they keep not working. It's pissing me off. But and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.